Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to my Connect 4 and Java tutorial series. This is tutorial number 10. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break from the project itself so I can explain a few basic concepts. And so I thought today that I would explain output. So by output, what I mean is output via a socket. So if you remember, I mentioned in the last few tutorials that we're building a server application. And the server application, one of the functions is it's got to be able to write data to the client. So theoretically, the overall aim is to write the board from the server to the client, and that's how the clients will be able to interact with each other. So they'll pass the board to the server, and then the server will write that information on to your opponent. And so in order to do that, we need to be able to write stuff via this socket. So the way to do that is you use output streams. So it's a little bit of config. So we need to set up a string which is going to contain whatever it is that we want to send. So just for simplicity, I'm just going to write hello world. So the goal of this application, just at the moment, just for testing purposes, is we're going to write hello world to the application we're connected to. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make an output stream. We're going to make an output stream object. This is from the Java libraries. We're going to call it output stream equals, and then typically, I'm sure a lot of you might be expecting to put new output stream, a bit like new socket and various other times that I've done that. But in this case, we don't want to create a new output stream object. We want to access the output stream object that is assigned to this socket. So in order to do that, we use a getter. So just like with my game board getters and setters method that I have, I'll put a link for that somewhere on a card. What you can do is you can write getter methods so that you can access different parts of a class, different attributes of a class via that method. So the likelihood is this syntax is just going to be something along the lines of public output stream, output stream, and then all it's going to do is it's going to return output stream, whatever that happens to be called. So whatever the global variable within the socket class has called the output stream, this method is just simply going to return it. So that's all that's doing. Once we've done that, we can now interact with the output stream within our code. So you can't access it directly, you access it via the getter and setter. So we create a copy here, and then we access it however we see fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a print writer. Print writer. So this is just going to write the data that we want to the output stream. So we're going to pass it the output stream, and then we're going to set this parameter here to true. This parameter is known as the auto flush, and all that's going to do is it's going to clear the print writer of data every time it executes, so that you don't end up writing the same data on multiple occasions to the client. To the other application that you're communicating with. In a future episode, once we've got input configured, I'll toggle between auto flush true and false, and I can kind of see the difference because I've never actually done it myself. This is just guesswork. I think it works on clearing the print writer of data, but I could be wrong. We will find out. So the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to call this print line method, and this method is just going to say, okay, well, what is the physical data that we want to actually write. And we already have our string output. So we're going to write output. We're going to write output using a print writer to the output stream, and the output stream is the output stream of the socket, and therefore it will pass that data down the socket to whatever application is on the other side, which this application is connected to. Okay, now I'll switch over and I will show you guys the input. Okay, so now I'm going to move across to the input side. So the first thing that you're going to want is you're going to want to make an input stream. And just like in the example with the output stream, we're not going to make a new one. We're not going to do new input stream. What we're going to do instead is we're going to access the input stream of the socket. So there you go. We have the input stream. We have the specific input stream that we want. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a buffered reader. So this is going to be reading the data from the input stream into our program so that we can then edit it, or whatever we want to do with it. We're going to call it reader, and this time the buffered reader isn't attached to the socket, so we will be making a new buffered reader object. Buffered reader, and we're going to pass it an input stream reader. I'm going to pass it input stream reader. Okay, so again, like, you don't need to understand how this code works. That's like the beauty of it. But from kind of the way I think about it is we have the input stream from the socket, and we have a copy of that here as input stream. We're then going to wrap it in a, what would you call it? Yeah, in an input stream reader. So kind of it's being wrapped in an object that can actually be read from, and then we're passing that to a reader. So this is like a generic reader. You can pass this like a file name and it will read the file. It's just the fact that an input stream operates differently to a file or whatever else it is you're reading. Therefore, we have to edit it, and that editing is done within this input stream reader object. So once you call the input stream reader constructor, so that'll be this here, and you pass it this input stream reader, all the code within this method is going to be used to edit this so that it can then be read from. And again, I have no idea how that works. So if you're really interested, I'm sure if you read up on the Java documentation, you'll be able to find it. And if you don't care like me, then just copy the syntax and crack on. What is the syntax I have forgotten? Does it say .next? Read might be a good one. Read. I want to say read line. And then I think I'm going to save it to a variable called input. System.out print line. Oh, that is not meant to do that. Do not put an asterisk and equals because that will break it. And then we're going to pass it this string. I think alternatively, you could just do. Oh wow! How great at typing! Oh my days, it's horrendous. Whew. I think I'm just going to accept that I can't type quick. I'm just going to type slowly, or just yeah. Okay, this is going well. Cool. So I think we can do that. So you can either save your read line to a string, say you want to edit it or whatever, or we can just output it immediately. And I'll show you. We can do little different little tricks with it. It just depends. Is that everything? I feel like that's everything. So I'll just give you guys a quick demo of this. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't work, then I'll show you how to troubleshoot it. Well, once I figure out how to troubleshoot it, I'll show you how to troubleshoot it. And then we'll go from there. Okay. So we're going to run the server first. So we need the server socket up. So test multiple connections server, that's running, should be running, it's currently building. Okay, so that's sat there waiting for connection. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run our test multiple connections, our client application. Nice. Did it do anything? Yes, it did. Boom. Hello world. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So that works. Great. I'm actually kind of shocked. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That was totally meant to happen, obviously. Right. Okay. So the code worked. Fantastic. Now, what else can I show you guys? I'm trying to think of some creative examples. I haven't really got a lot. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here, and then I will give you guys a proper example of how this can be used, something a bit more useful in the next tutorial when I kind of show you how I'm passing a 2D array rather than just hello world. I'm passing the game board between the server and the client class in my Connect 4 project. And I think that might be a bit more useful than trying to come up with something on the spot, because I am horrendous at doing that. My last example about bloody holiday reps, don't think that went down well. So I'm not going to give that a go for a while. Instead, I'm just going to use an actual example I already have. And with that, I am now going to go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If there's any other thing, if you've got any questions or if you've got any suggestions for stuff I could do in the future, then please do comment down below and subscribe as well. That'd be quite handy. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.